welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast, everybody. How are you doing? Today, I had to throw in the spaghetti legs because it's going to be one of those gross episodes. We're dealing with some of the most disgusting people in the world right now, and so we got to talk a little. We got a palate cleanse to start, just so you. That if you don't know anything about Micah Stauffer, that's kind of how this channel kind of started. Started talking about Micah and the craziness of what she did, and that's real crime if you think about it for a second. But yeah, it's very interesting, and that's her dancing for real. That's not fake. That's real. How's everyone doing this evening? There's everybody from Australia, Ohio. I like doing a rundown where everybody's coming from and what time it is there, because you guys stay up way too late to watch this stuff. Are my volume too quiet for you? I can help you there. Let me see. Make sure my audio is good. Check 1 2. Looks good to me over here. Is that better? All right. So there's a few things we're going to talk about this evening. We're going to be speaking up on the Brian Laundrie stuff and some of the things that have happened in the past few days since we talked about it last. I don't think my mind has changed on what's happened. I still think that it's him there, but we got to talk about, a lot of people have been following it way closely than I have. I don't have time to watch all the videos on this stuff, and so that's why I like coming in here. This is crowdsourced, so I know what I know, and then you guys often bring in some really cool stuff that I don't know, and that's why I don't want to know everything. I want to know what you guys know too. So I think it's really cool that you guys are here, and we're all talking about this as a collective, and I think that's important in this. I like that. I think that's cool. I think it's kind of unique, and so thank you for joining me on Real Crime, the Dad Challenge podcast. So I honestly do believe that it was Brian in the woods, right? I honestly believe that is him. My final take on the whole thing was that his parents went to pick up the Mustang. They went and found him. They found him, then took the car back. That's my honest opinion. So that's kind of where I land. I mean, I think most people are there with me. I know everybody wants him to be alive so he can get justice or whatever the case may be, and everybody wants to believe that kind of stuff, but I just think, like, so rare does that stuff ever happen, but I understand why. So holy, it's 3:30 in Poland. What are you doing up there? Kasayuza. Did I get it close? Did I get close? Yeah, I mean, I think that the teeth thing and all the stuff they found to him was him. I honestly believe that. Tracy Nicole, I think they left him there because I felt like they thought the police were gonna go find him. They didn't want to be the ones that found him because they might have made them look like they knew he was gonna go do that thing instead of helping. You know, I honestly believe that. I do. Or they didn't know he was gonna do it, but they found him anyway, and they said, "Well, it just looks, of all the crap that's going on, this looks so bad for us to find him, so we can't be the ones that find him." So. Steph, you might have been right. There might not have been justice even if he was alive, if he just kept his mouth quiet, right? You never know. I mean, there would have been some justice, but I don't think it would have been what people were looking for. Okay, and maybe I don't, like, I know, I say that they might have known, but at the same time, I don't think it matters. I think that him knowing where that bag was super convenient, and I also think that, like, I asked them to ask the lawyer, and no one is talking about this either. Did they find the keys in the whole pile of stuff in the brush around where the body was found? Because if they didn't find the keys, why not? He had the Mustang keys, right? You know, just, I don't know about you, but I don't just leave him the keys in my car and go for a hike, right? Unless he left the keys in the car because he had a plan to go do the thing in the woods, right? Is that maybe why? Yeah, they had some idea. That's what I think, for sure. Yeah, Melissa, they probably did have a spare key. Absolutely, right? So that makes sense to me. But at the same time, were keys found? Because that would be a thing too. Maybe they didn't think about. Maybe they weren't going to take the car, but then they grabbed the keys. I don't know. I just said I've never heard that they found the keys. So I don't think the note is legit, and it hasn't been debunked. But it's not. No one has corroborated that the note is real. Yeah, let's talk about this for a second. Audrey Hudson, this is a good point. The cops on Thursday thought his mom was him. So this is the cops' big excuse. Like, we can keep going back to Northport Police and how many times they F this up, is that they honestly believed that his mom was him. Does anybody throw your hand up if you believe that you believe that? They look nothing alike. She's short and stout. She has long hair. She is a woman. You know what I'm saying? Brian is a string bean. Okay, just because they're both wearing a hat, you've got to be kidding me that that's what they. Who's sitting at the police station, you know, on their media center and being like, okay, here's what we're gonna tell everybody. Yeah, we put the cameras up, but we thought it was his mom, or we thought we thought his mom was him. Like, who believes that? Nobody believes that. And the thing is that that's what the problem with the world is, and in politics and optics and everything else, is they can put that out there and just. Cool, walk away. They don't have to answer anybody else's questions. No, they believe he's. I think they believe he is dead. Yes, but let's talk about Fox News. I think came out and said that the DNA didn't match or something. Does anybody have that tweet? Because I don't believe that's a thing. How did they get the DNA back so fast? First of all, I am blurry. Jeez, that must be my internet. Refresh your feed if I'm blurry. That might help. Holy, was I ever blurry? Jeez Louise. My internet must be going crazy. Is it back yet? The DNA isn't back. So I don't know why Fox News and everybody was saying that there was no match for the DNA. It's done. Am I back yet? You can see me clearly yet? Oh man, my internet's garbage tonight. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's watching movies, I think. Is it better yet? Sorry guys, my bad. But can somebody update me on what they were saying about that? Like, they were saying, what did they say when they said that the DNA didn't match? What was the context? What were they saying? Fox. Yeah, well, I mean, lots of people were saying that she was pregnant, but I said no, there's no way. So can someone give me an update on what? Because I kind of heard inklings and tweets and all that stuff about. But Brian Enton and WFLA, they weren't talking about the DNA not showing up. So what was going on over there? Just said they could find a cause of death. Sorry, I don't understand. They said they could find a cause of death. Okay. All right. If you're going to call Fox News fake, okay, sure, I get it. Ha. So is every other news place. They all do it. So they all do it. So I'm actually having a real conversation here with adults. What did she say? Did they have any corroborated evidence that it was inconclusive? Deb Lyles is saying. So it's inconclusive. They didn't say it didn't match. They just said it was inconclusive. They don't have the soft tissue for a DNA match, is what I heard, is what they meant by that. But they should be able to get DNAs from teeth. That's what I heard too from the, whatever you call it, teeth. It came from a bad source, not Fox, exactly. But everybody wants to do that. All right, here's Will. Will says, they said DNA could not be recovered from the remains, but Newsweek just said DNA hasn't been processed yet. There's no way they can't process the DNA from the tooth, right? We talked about that last time. We had a person on that knew all about that, about how easy it is to get the DNA from the tooth. So they're either not trying, or they're, and has anybody corroborated? I know they had the bite pattern or whatever. Did they say they have the whole skull? So there's no match because it hasn't been done yet. That's what they meant. Well, they should probably clear that up. Because I got about 400 emails and texts from people like, it's inconclusive. And they're like, it's not a match. No, it can't be inconclusive because they haven't come back with the stuff yet. Oh, you're in the criminal justice field. That's creepy. Okay. DNA from the pulp. That's what we talked about last time. The story behind the gun. I think Annie did a video on the story behind the gun. I'm not sure that the gun means anything. I don't think so. Okay, and if it's just the mandible, right? Can you get a really good defined bite pattern that really tells you? Because they're clear. The police are like 100% sure now that it's him. So why are they so sure without doing a DNA test? Again, I think the Northport police have reason to just get this thing done. Every day, another day goes by, they look stupid. And Bertolino was justified because they came out and said, yeah, we were confused. So these police are making Bertolino look good. That's how bad the police are. If you can make Bertolino look like a saint, you got problems. Oh, it has to do with he had other dental work, fillings, crowns. That makes complete sense. Hashtag real crime. So they're not looking at a bite pattern. They're looking good to match x-rays, dental work. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Brian's uncle is a dentist, which is... okay. I mean, I'm sure they would probably... yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know if that matters that he's a dentist. Are you guys saying that he faked? I don't know what you think that means. Forensic expert was also on the Nancy Grace case and said that due to the conditions of where the remains were found, it's possible any DNA could be tainted and only produce inconclusive results. Well, that's going to be fun. Man, if that's the case, if they come back with inconclusive results for DNA, everybody's going to be pissed about this. They're not going to let it go and probably shouldn't. Brian's uncle being a dentist was debunked. Then the next comment, Brian's uncle is a dentist. It's not him. So this is why we need to talk about this and get the right information, people. Nicole, they didn't find a note. People were saying they did, but it's not true. It's not corroborated anyway. It's not been confirmed. Well, not necessarily. Again, if just because his uncle's a dentist doesn't mean he was Brian's dentist. I believe the Laundrie just want this case to be over because of the backlash. Of course they want it to be over. I don't think ever it'd be the same again. I think the cops are watching them like a hawk. Well, now they probably are, so I don't know. Crystal Story said she's skeptical about alligator story. I am not. From what I've seen now, your crocodiles and alligators in Florida, easily, that's a snack. He's a snack. He's a string bean. Miss J. Matt says, if he was planning from the beginning to unalive himself, why would he bring anything at all, let alone a backpack and a dry bag? It's a good question. It's a good question. And yeah, it's a good question. I mean, there's no other way to say that. The parents, or unless he was just doing that so he didn't make his parents, or maybe he took it so he didn't want to, like, concern his parents. Oh, I'm just going for a hike. I got my stuff. See you guys in a couple of days. Maybe that was that was what happened, possibly. Or he wasn't going to do it and then eventually did it, so... yeah, the gun was found at the Fort DeSoto beach in the water, not at the Carlton Reserve, but they were at Fort DeSoto, so that's why people were connecting them. All right, well, Josh Mack, I don't know if this is true or not, but Dog the Bounty Hunter said the skull only had 2 or 3 teeth. We can safely assume that Dog the Bounty Hunter knows shit all about everything in this case. Like, I'm glad that he found the place where they were, but from this point forward, Dog the Bounty Hunter, I don't think has a ton of credibility in this case. I like what he did because he brought more attention to it, but I don't think we should listen to Dog the Bounty Hunter anymore. Denji says, I still believe that he didn't unalive himself until her body was found. Her body was found on the 19th when the flooding started. So that very, very, very well could be the night he did it. Right? He's out in the woods, right? I said this before too. He's out in the woods, his parents call him, or he's on the phone or whatever. I mean, here's the thing too. A lot of people are saying where the stuff was found, there's no cell service. Like, you don't get any data. So how would he even have gotten the information that her body was found. Apparently, there's nothing. It's hard to get a signal out there. Has anybody gone out there and see if you get a signal? Is that the case? If he gets a call, they found her, then he does it that night, then the flooding happens that night. That flooding was just crazy timing. Crazy. All these things that complicate this more, the flooding just made it more complicated. And it's not like a, collusion with the Lord to flood the place. It just, of course it flooded. Everything that gone down in this case, and of course it flooded and it shouldn't have. So, maybe a useless fact. I heard on Obsessed with Disappeared, the alligators will only eat when it's a certain temperature. So maybe attacked him, but didn't eat him? Possibly. I mean, if they say only found partial, something ate him. Miss J. Matt wants to know if the phone was found. Likewise. And I don't know if we'll ever know that. The anthropologist will likely be able to get approximate time of death. Depends on what the remains are, for sure. No joke, legit tornado went through the spot he was found today. Really? Wow. Why y'all live in Florida with, like, dinosaurs and tornadoes everywhere? What's wrong with you people? You have a death wish? These parts of Florida flood every summer. It's just how the wetlands work. Okay, well, that makes sense. Okay. Did Americans invent conspiracy theories? No, that's Russia. But hear me out. People, because stranger things have happened, and if you think about this case in strange trajectories, like, right? Think about this for a second. The craziness that went down in this case. There are so many things that went down, and there's so many coincidences that are ridiculous. Coincidence number one, why did he fly home to Florida? That's a coincidence, it's a question. Coincidence, huge number one, was the murdered married couple in Moab. Massive coincidence, literally in the same vicinity, in the same night. Everything lines up to be him. It's coincidence. That's what they're saying at this point, right? Coincidence two, her body's found likely around the same time Brian unalived himself in the woods. Coincidence three, Chris beelines into the deepest part of the woods to find the backpack. Too many major crazy coincidences to be like, one of them's got to be not a coincidence, is what I'm saying. Yeah, there does need to be a DNA confirmation, 100%, 100%. Can I ask why people are not accepting the dental confirmation? It's great if we can get DNA COD, but why do people want that to confirm his identity? I think just because of, again, the coincidences, A.M. Johnson. The coincidences are crazy, and people want like that definitive, like, boom, yep, this is what happened. They just want it. People, that's, at least there's some closure there, right? Right now, they have partial of that stuff, and people think it could be faked, and it likely could be, but I don't believe it, but it could be. And people want definitive, they just want closure. That's just the way it is. Yeah, here's the scary part. Casey Hodges writes, some major media outlet will pay the Laundries handsomely for their side of the story. Yeah, they will. Hollywood moguls, people want this story to make a movie. This will make a movie. That's what, it's such a crazy story. They're going to make a movie out of it, and people are going to get paid. And you know who's going to get paid? It's going to be his parents that get paid. And I hope that Gabby's parents sue the living, ever-loving crap out of them if that's the case. And I hope they don't ever give the rights up to the story. I hope that if Brian's parents give the rights to the story, that Gabby's parents and her foundation sees all that money. I saw the TikTok of Brian's ex-girlfriend. I'm not going to give her the time of day. I don't believe one effing iota of a word that comes out of that girl's mouth. Did you hear her speak? No. She just is conspiracy theory crazy as everybody else. That's crazy. Couple in Moab died by gunshot. Melissa D says, I understand everybody wants DNA confirmation, and we'll get that, but it has been proven that dental is actually higher than DNA. Again, I think the more the better. I think people just, it's just, if it was definitive, here's his body. Look, we took a picture of it, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But it's like partial remains of something. That's why people are like, really? It's just too much craziness has gone down. I get it. I understand both ways. I honestly believe he's dead, though. What do I think of Brian going to Moab today? Yeah, I mean, if you think, look, Brian Enton's got a job to do. Of course, his star has risen because of this. He's been on the scene night and day, covering it all. Again, I wouldn't have gone to Moab. I don't know. I was thinking about going down to Florida where they found Brian. So, I mean, maybe just, if you're going to be in this world, oh yeah, thanks, Cherry. If you're going to be in this world, okay, it's very maybe important to go see those things for yourself. Because if I go down and make a video where Brian was found, I'm going to have a very, very different view of what it looks like, and it might change my outlook on it all. And I want to go see it. I just don't want to get eaten by a damn alligator. Oh, Lala Johnson. How close was the couple to Moab to Gabby's body? Like down the street they were staying. Like, it's such a coincidence how close they were. They were literally at the same store. The person, one of the ladies, worked at the store where Brian and Gabby went to. Like, it's maybe we should just do an entire video on that. I'm going to bring Annie on and do an entire video just on that to show you guys the crazy coincidence in Moab. Do I believe it was him? Maybe. Like, I'm like, the more this keeps going, the more on the fence, because nothing is broken in that case yet. Right? Nothing is broken. Did Brian leave Gabby when he returned to Florida? She barely wanted to be in that van one night after Moab. Yeah, I think a lot of people are conjecturizing or sleuthing that was a breakup moment, right? He's like, I'm leaving. And then maybe he had a change of heart or something like that and went back to get her. I don't know. That's what a lot of people are saying. And we're never going to know because Brian's parents are never going to say anything because they're disgusting. Yeah, Brian's doing the foot tracing story. I get it. I don't think that he's out there, sensationalizing it at all. He's just trying to wrap his head around this stuff. But that shit'll like live in your brain rent free for forever. That's a dangerous thing he's doing. That stuff's, I don't know if I could go out there. Okay, let's debunk this stuff. I'm not gonna watch a paranormal person who talks to a dead murder girl. It's not happening. Guys, that stuff is fake. It's not real. Please stop believing it. It's not real. I know people want it to be real. It's not real. And that is borderline offensive as far as I'm concerned, that those people saying they talked to her. It's borderline really offensive, especially to Gabby's parents. I just can't believe people do this on the internet. Yeah, Laundries went away and then they came back. I think they went in for, I don't know, for a few. The house thing is starting to die down. I mean, do you guys want me to dig up the ex-girlfriend TikTok? I mean, maybe I should just get your take on it. Sorry, I'm a little tired tonight. How do I know that people can speak to dead murdered people? Because it's not real. I'm sorry. You just can't. It cannot be proven. It's like impossible to prove. That's why. Plus, I'm also a man of faith, so that's probably what's putting a barrier up. And think what you want, but sorry. All right, what's her name? Does anybody know the name of the girl on TikTok? Yeah. It is disrespectful for that person to do that because it's BS. Now, I'm looking for the video, the original. There's a lot of people who did side-by-sides of her. Does anybody know her name on TikTok? Gun in Fort DeSoto is being tested as a link to the Moab murders. Oh, man, if that connects, you guys, We going live. Real crime hashtag sleuthing. That's going to be crazy if that is a match. If that's a match, it's going to be a game changer. Yeah, I mean, okay, it's true. Believe it if you want. Just don't bring it in here because I just don't think that belongs in this type of conversation. Why can't they interrogate the Laundrie? Because they're not people of interest. They didn't do anything. They literally just have information. They didn't do anything. Yes, Phoebes, I don't even know if it's confirmed to be his ex, but does anybody know her name on TikTok? I have the side-by-sides, but I don't have Yeah, I'm sorry. No psychic. There's no such thing as a real psychic, guys. I can't. Has anybody, if there was, like, I can't believe I have to say this. If psychics were real, they would all have won the lottery by now. And they'd be billionaires, trillionaires. Instead of, you know, come to my house and get a card reading. I'm sorry. Psychics are not real. Not real. You can't interrogate anyone who doesn't want to talk. They can plead the fifth every time. Plus, their lawyer. They don't have to answer any questions. They never have to answer questions. Oh, she deleted the videos? Ah. Here, let me see if it's on YouTube. Someone always uploads. Here, while I'm doing that, let's just do... I'm looking for it here quickly. I should put a little couple palette cleanser videos in here. I cannot find the video anymore. Like, how is the internet? Like, there's one here. Let me see what it is. There's like a whole giant video about it, or is it? Nah, this guy did an hour and 39-minute video about it. I can't find the video. If anybody can find it for me, just send it to me. I'll watch it. But I watched it and I was like, no, I don't believe a second of it. Okay, well, just chill on this too, because that's not helpful either. Yeah, her name is Gabriella as well. That's true. Yes, I did, Will. You guys get used to it. I'm going to put a whole bunch of palette cleansers in here. What is seen cannot be unseen. Pretty sure Micah believes in psychics. Someone sent the originals to me on Facebook. Okay, let me take a look. On Facebook. Like recently? I have nothing in my Facebook right now unless you send it to my Dad Challenge podcast. I don't check my Dad Challenge podcast Facebook page. I should bring a lady on that found the couple that was murdered. Does it really help? I don't know. I love when people say this. I get a super chat. Oh, Elia's got this bird that she rescued. It's like not even like a normal like pet bird. It's just some bird from outside. And that bird is like my biggest stan. I've seen her watch my videos. It's amazing. Name's Toad. Send it to me again. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, that's the side-by-side that I have as well. All right, I'll play it. That's fine. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. It's just a side-by-side. It is what it is. It's not very big, but let me get headphones on here. Wait till you see what happens, Emily, on November 1st. Here, let's do this.
Brian Laundrie's ex-girlfriend said, "What?"
Talk about the whole Brian Laundrie situation. Okay. At first, I didn't want to talk about it because of the fact that my safety. I didn't know where it was going on.
Right.
But let me just put this out there, guys.
Okay.
He's not dead. I promise you, he's not dead. I know his
Listen to how nonchalantly she's saying this, and this is why I absolutely don't believe her at all, okay?
family very well, and his family would be broken if he was dead.
Whoa.
Broken, okay? His sister especially would be like, oh my God, like.
Does that sound like someone who's taking this seriously? Right? Does it sound like someone that you would believe? Like she's not taking her own self seriously. I just don't believe a word that she's saying. It's just, she's just trying to get clout from this. And that is, I know everybody says we're all looking for clout and all that kind of stuff, but this one is like, you can't deny it, is what I'm saying.
I don't know about you guys, but if you guys are fooled by this scam that I called it in the beginning, Northport police are garbage. But now I'm open to answering some questions about my relationship with Brian, because at this point he's probably living Joe Goldberg's life in Paris.
Who's Joe Goldberg? I know this guy said that too, but who is Joe Goldberg? I feel like I'm like an old dad who didn't catch on to the joke or something. She's high on herself, and it hasn't even been corroborated if she was his ex, but to make that kind of thing, yeah, Will didn't even watch that far. I just, Oh, you emailed me the full set. Let me see if I can get it here. Let me see. I get way too many windows open up here. Computer's about to crash, bro. Because who's Joe Goldberg? I still don't know. She's copying. Yeah, Tanamongo did a video or whatever her name is. I hate Tanamongo. Don't even bring that up. Well, I think that it's because people are unfollowing him or deleting their accounts. I don't know if it's not him doing it. A lot of people talk about his Instagram, guys. It's not. He's dead. I'm telling you, he's dead. Yeah, this is the girl that was claiming to be Brian's ex. He's not, guys. Brittany Groover says, I can assure you Brian is not unfollowing people on IG. It's people either blocking his account or deleting accounts. It's true. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Joe Goldberg is the main character from a show called You on Netflix. He's a stalker, ran away to Paris after killing. Oh, is that a good show? I'll watch it. I need a new show. I'm sure you can watch some Saving Private Ryan today again because I just needed a good old military show. I'm this close to watching Band of Brothers for the second time this year because nobody's making any good military shows. There's another ex-girlfriend allegedly that wrote an ode to Brian. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I did watch season 1 of Goliath, Tom. I did. I've watched season 1 of Ozarks, and I cannot wait for Joe Exotic Part 2. That's going to be crazy. Yes, thank you for thumbs up and subscribing I appreciate you guys. You romanticize as stalkers. Ooh, that's not good. Here's a lips Little pink slip, Lee. You have to have certain percentage of teeth in order to do dental match, and they are not attached to the jaw either. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, watch Squid. Yeah, do it. Watch Squid Game. That's for sure. I think I watched the first season of You. Has it been out for a while? Like, I felt like it was years ago though. Oh, I'm into the reboot of Dexter too. How do we get on this topic? Okay. Anyway, let's get on. It's been 37 minutes. There's not really much more to talk about as far as Brian's concerned. There's not much going on. I know that people are doing the thing. When I come down to Florida next weekend, I haven't booked my flight yet. I should do that. I'm going to try to go there. I'm going to try to make it a priority to get there and do a little walkthrough with you guys. See if we can do that. So, okay, let's move on to the next topic tonight, which is the Houston case that's going on there with the three boys, I don't know if there was 3 boys, 2 boys and 1 girl, that were found with the deceased, now I'm hearing 7-year-old, not 9-year-old. Does anybody have that, update? I'm pretty sure that I've heard some news say he was 9, some people say he was 7, I don't know. But I don't think it really matters. What matters is these people are disgusting douchebags. And it's one of the most disturbing cases I've seen in a while, because there's just no... As a dad, guys, as anybody, again, you don't have to be a parent to understand this, but as a parent, it especially hits you hard because I cannot believe... Well, I can believe. The people are so depraved. And she had more kids, apparently. So it's 8. It's confirmed 8. Okay. He was autistic and didn't communicate. Oh my goodness gracious. There's the case. If someone wants to send me that, it's like the lawyer was going through what they wanted to charge them with and all that kind of stuff, and it was just crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, guys, really, really be careful. This case is not something to mess around with for your mental health. If you have issues from your childhood, from trauma like this, please don't watch this. It's not worth it. Okay. Did you see the older brother describe the murder of his younger brother to the police? They released the statement. I did. I'm going to have that. I have that article here. I'm going to take a look through some of this stuff. Yeah. Like there's tons of more. Jennifer, this isn't the worst case. That's the thing. This happens all the time. And we talked about it last time about how CPS kind of like doesn't have the teeth or power to help these kids for real. He doesn't. They don't. So let me get into this for a second. Okay. So 3 boys, 1 deceased. Their older sister, 17, did not live with them. Reports that she's on drugs and not in a well spot. That's even more sad to hear. That's just more sad. And the daughter is missing? Wow. Yeah. The boyfriend has a tattoo that says family over everything. Well, let's take a look at the boyfriend. Good segue, Cherry. I'm going to open that up for you guys. If you guys haven't seen this, like, get ready, okay? Get ready. And trigger warning. This guy says the N-word so much. I just want you to be aware. I cannot bleep it because this is live. So I don't know if I should even show you any of these things. This is him, okay? But this guy is straight up, I don't know if he's crazy, and I don't know if this is part of what might be his defense. This guy is not right in the head, is what I'm telling you guys. Obviously, he killed an 8-year-old autistic boy. So clearly he's not right in the head. But I think that there's going to be a case, if there is ever one, that this person isn't all there, right? Yeah. Well, this is the problem with the world, Carmen. You can't say that. And if you say that, you're like, you're right, but I do believe you. This is the boyfriend, Jackie Edwards. This is the boyfriend who did the murder, okay? Oh, yeah, he's got serious. And I want to point something out. So the murder was over a year ago, right? So if you look on his Instagram, okay, that's 58 weeks. So let's go up here. 37 weeks. Okay, hold on. This was 52 weeks, okay? Let's just say that for the sake of timeline, okay? This is right after he did it, or right around the time he did it. It's been over a year, okay? This is him. FOE, Relaxation, Family Over Everything Studios. Music videos, moved close shoes. I don't know what that means. We bless for success and with success. And then everybody's like, rotten hell, obviously, because they found his Instagram. So then he does videos like this, guys. Just, I don't want to get struck for playing this, but this guy is really, 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 really crass and crude. Okay? This guy's parents were on meth. 100%. He's not. He's the boyfriend that killed the kid. This is the boyfriend that she was currently living with that got arrested with her. He's the one. Is everybody clear on that now? 10-year-old had a broken jaw for months. Oh my goodness gracious. It just gets worse. It just gets worse. Okay, I'm not going to play the video if you guys don't. Like, I mean, you guys can go find it. I don't want to play it because literally this guy says, no joke, he says the N-word. Every second word. Every second word, he says it. And he's got 2,100 followers. Yeah, I don't want to, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, he admitted it. He's probably going to claim, he's probably going to go guilty. He's probably going to go guilty. Probably with like, I'm crazy. So I'm not going to play it. But it needs to be said that this guy's a complete and utter piece of trash. That's all I want to say there. So I'm not going to play it. So what happens when you make bad choices in your life and you just don't just stop. These are the most fertile people in the world too, guys. There's so many people in the world that I know specifically who would be the best moms in the world, can't have babies. The world just can be shitty sometimes with the cards you're dealt. And the dumbest ass people in the world who shouldn't have babies. Casey Anthony, for example. Digital Princess, for any family vlogger. All these people, you just look at them and they get pregnant. And it makes me upset because the world shouldn't be that way. And it is. I wish meth addicts are super fertile. Why don't hard drugs make people infertile? I think that should be the thing. If you're going to lace drugs with something, do that. All right, let's go up to this article here that says, let me see. So, chilling details were revealed in court Wednesday about the savage death of an 8-year-old Houston boy whose remains were found in the family's apartment with his abandoned siblings. Children's mother and her boyfriend were held on bond for the heinous crime, as the devastated grandmother of one of the kids expresses her regret for not adopting her neglected 7-year-old grandson. Wow. So one biodad's deceased and one's incarcerated. Well, that sounds right. That sounds about right. Cops found the skeletal remains of Kendrick Lee on Sunday after a 15-year-old brother, Jordan Lee, called police to report the deplorable conditions. The children's mother, Gloria Williams, 35, has been charged with neglecting the kids while her boyfriend, Brian Coulter, that's all these Brian guys are killing people, was arrested and charged with the beating death of Kendrick. Harris County Sergeant Dennis Wolf said they pummeled the boy to death sometime between November 20th and November 29th of last year. After the beating, the parents abandoned the kids to live 25 miles away. 25 miles away. The mother also told deputies she saw part of the fatal attack, but failed to report it to law enforcement because her boyfriend told her not to do so, and she feared going to jail and losing custody of the kids. Why is she scared of losing the custody of the kids, but she just leaves them there? She just left them. In testimony, deputies Trayvon and Javon reportedly saw that they Coulter repeatedly kick and punch Kendrick until he stopped moving. The boyfriend then covered Kendrick with a blanket, the boy said, and then the day after the beating, Williams said she found her dead son under the cover. The mother claimed she tried to stop Coulter during the attack. The boyfriend later apologized. Oh, okay. Williams said, and then told her he had lost control and punched the boy until he went to sleep. A Tuesday autopsy revealed Kendrick died of multiple blunt force injuries. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said one of the two younger surviving boys was found Sunday with a broken jaw. Gonzalez said investigators believe Coulter caused the injury about 3 weeks ago during a rare visit to the filthy cockroach and fly-infested apartment. 3 siblings were described Wednesday as special needs children. At least 2 of the boys are believed to be autistic, very sweet children, very nice, very well spoken. At the same time, that 1,000-yard stare, that blankness in the eyes. Oh, it's so sad. The 3 siblings have been placed in custody. Please. Linda Smith, 71, the grandmother of Kirkland, told the Post, "I hold myself partially responsible. I should have taken Javon and adopted him. I should have held on to him." That's so sad. That's so heartbreaking. It's just, I can't believe people would do that to a person. Here's a video where the family speaks out. If you guys want to see that. Get headphones on here. Well, Christy, I don't think he's going to survive prison. Like, I can guarantee you he won't. He's got a bad attitude. Like, if you watch his videos on Instagram, he's not going to survive prison, is what I'm telling you. He's going to either be in, like, isolation for the rest of his life, or he's going to be killed in prison, like 100%. They don't take kindly to these types of guys. And that's probably the justice he deserves. So let's go to this video quick.
We're covering a very disturbing case out of West Harris County now.
Late yesterday, a mother and her boyfriend were arrested after remains of a child were found. 35-year-old Gloria Williams has been charged with injury to a child by omission, and 31-year-old Brian Coulter has now been charged with murder. Williams' family says they haven't spoken with her in months. It's a story you'll see only on 2.
How did we get to this? How could you not reach out and just be like, y'all, I've lost control. It's not in a good space.
I hear what she's saying, and I don't blame them, but they know that there's kids involved, right? It's not, if the mother's not going to, then it's kind of sort of on you as the family to regardless of what you think of the daughter, they probably were estranged, right? But there was kids. So let this be a lesson, guys. Don't let the kids get too far distant from you.
And we would have taken all of the kids.
The children had been living with their brother's skeletal remains for nearly a year. We have team coverage for you tonight. Rochelle Turner has more on the investigation.
But we begin now with Taisha Walker with the story you'll see only on 2. Taisha, what else did the family have to say to you?
Lauren, the family says Williams basically was estranged, that they would hear from her on and off. Her number was always different, as well as her address. In fact, they said they didn't even know that the family was staying at this apartment complex because the last time they met them over the summer, it was just the boyfriend who came outside of the apartment complex, a 15-minute drive away.
I seen the news or the news article about the kids, but I never thought it was her.
The mom's not speaking. But, like, these people had time to go get their nails did. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. There are kids involved here. Again, not these people sitting in this couch's fault. I'm not blaming them. I just feel like more could have been done in a year. Like, you don't see your grandkids or your nephews in a year, and you don't get worried at all. A year? A year! Sorry. If you were honestly concerned about your family, you check up on your family. Even if you don't like your daughter, you still check up on your family. It's what family does. I don't believe it.
Christy Smith and everyone sitting on this couch is related to Gloria Williams. The 35-year-old mother of 6 is charged with injury to a child and tampering with evidence, while her 31-year-old boyfriend is facing murder for the death of her 8-year-old son, Kendrick. Harris County deputies say Kendrick was beaten and his corpse was left to decompose for 11 months inside of an apartment the couple abandoned to live elsewhere.
Kendrick was autistic. To my knowledge,
these people aren't even sad. Like, I know that this is the video we're playing at this point. We're talking about them right now. Did these people look upset to you? Again, getting your nails done before you do an interview on the camera and everything else. They're just like sitting on a couch. I heard the news and that. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so upset that again, of course, it's all the dude's fault. But there's obviously a chain of failures that have happened this whole way through. Again, I wouldn't have my adopted sons unless I was keeping tabs on them, because I would not have found out what I found out when they were removed. I'm not going to tell you their story. It's not my story to tell. But I would not have them if I wasn't the one keeping tabs, is what I'm telling you guys. Okay? That's what family does. You keep tabs. You make sure people are safe, regardless of your relationship with the shitty mother, okay? Those kids need protection, and you likely knew that. And you didn't see them for over a year? I'm upset right now.
When he would come around our family, all he did was smile.
Cousin Yasmin Craig says Kendrick.
And then they say that, oh, and he came into our house. We've met him 3 times. He smiled. That's what she had to say about this kid? That he smiled? Does that not make anybody else feel a little bit icky? It's not their fault what happened, but it's not to say they shouldn't have been active in those kids' lives, right? And again, they all do this when it's a little too late. Well, he smiled. Well, that's nice. I'm glad he smiled. Thank you, Kelgels. Yeah, see, Nita, my brother has 6 kids by 5 different women, and I'm the aunt that never misses a birthday. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, Valentine, and you're a good aunt. And good for you, Nita. Thank you for being a good aunt. If anybody out there has kids in your family, like nephews, nieces, grandkids, whatever, and you don't see them very often because you have a estranged relationship with the parent of those kids, please, for those kids' sake, check in on them. Not saying this is going to happen, but just check in them anyway. Make sure you're getting them birthday presents, taking them out for dinner, giving them cash if they need it. Like, just please take this as maybe the silver lining in this is to just make sure you keep tabs on those kids that are out there.
Kendrick was mostly nonverbal. She says as a family, they offered to raise Kendrick when he was younger, but William refused.
True.
My mom has been asking for Kendrick since the day he was born. All because we knew that all these kids, eventually, she was not going to be able to be the best parent she can be.
Family members say Williams had 6 kids, including the 3 surviving boys who were also living in the apartment. And
isn't it super telling that the news can't show any faces, and I'm glad they don't, but they can show the picture of the dead boy? That's so utterly heartbreaking.
2 girls, whom she no longer has parental rights. Melody Robinson has full custody of the youngest daughter and says CPS told her this late last year.
Because Gloria gave up her rights.
Grandmother of the youngest daughter.
To her, and she failed the first child, that they would be going in to take all the other 4 boys.
The family says Williams.
Hey, Katie, yeah, it's easy to say, but family is so toxic that, yeah, I don't care. You find a way through legal channels if you have to. And I know this firsthand. I know what you're saying. They try to, but you can make it work. These kids' lives matter. So you find a way to make it work. You'll figure it out. There's so many internet sleuths that found shit about Brian Laundrie, like water bottles in the forest. You can find your kin. You can figure it out. I'm sorry, that is not enough. That is not a good enough excuse.
Was estranged, only reaching out for money, always saying the kids were fine.
Anytime we did go help, where the kids at, how they doing? Oh, they in school.
Yeah, it was always.
So we never had an apartment number. She always be like, okay, I'm gonna meet y'all at the front of the apartment.
So they knew where in the apartment area they were.
Another question so many viewers have been asking, aside from where was extended family, they wanted to know how was Williams able to pay the rent here with these kids living here by themselves. The family members that I spoke with say they believe with disability checks that she was receiving for some of the kids. We do know not only Kendrick had autism, but another one of those 4 boys.
So there you go, everybody. You want to know what was going on? She was receiving disability checks for 2 of her kids or more. Just receiving checks from the government. The government doesn't check up on these kids. Here's some money. Those kids were living in cockroach-infested, fly-infested apartment with their dead brother, rotting. Okay? Every single level of this whole world we live in has failed these children. She didn't report him dead because the checks would stop. Yeah. The checks were more than likely the only reason she even tried to keep CPS from taking them. Again, that's the same here in Canada. I know I talked to you guys about this. When you have a baby here in Canada and you are poor, like you're on welfare, you get lots of money. I know specifically of many families who have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. Because every time you pop another kid out, you get another check for like $1,000. If you have 10 kids You get $10,000 a month for those kids until they're 18 years old. Okay? And you get your welfare check, and you get all these other things. The government, we're almost socialist here in this country. And so here, that's why CPS, it's really difficult because these moms will fight tooth and nail to say they're good moms, to get it back, and the court allows them and gives them the leeway to do all that stuff. And that's why this stuff is so dangerous. In this case, it's sort of similar. She's getting checks for her kids because they have disabilities. And she's cashing those checks and spending it on this douchebag. He's buying gold chains and swearing. What do you mean, am I going to talk? What's that supposed to mean? I mean, Lauren, if you have 10 kids, I was saying. You don't get 10. Here it is. Let me just see. Okay. The Ontario Child Benefit provides up to $1,473 per child per year, depending on your family net income. The number of children in your care who are under 18 years old. So maybe I was a little off. No, that might be something else. That's another thing. That's another benefit. Sorry. That's just extra per year. What is the what's the baby one is called now? Okay, here it is. The maximum Canada Child Benefit you could get is $6,700 per year per child under 6 and $5,700 for children aged to 6 to 18. So, I was off. Hold on. So let's say... So for each kid, you get $560. And if you're on welfare, all your rent and everything is offset and everything. So people, it's almost like really lucrative for people to have a bunch of kids in Canada, because not only when you go to the hospital to have a kid, you walk out with no bill. This is the thing about the US that's crazy to me, okay? Ladies, you go in and have a baby and you pay what, 10 grand or something like that? Yeah, you get, and that's the thing, you get even more in Canada if you have a kid, child disability. So you get for the period, you can get up to $2,900 per month for kids with disabilities here. So here you, okay, so if you have insurance, right, you only pay $500 yet, but these people don't have insurance, okay? They take meth. They don't have insurance, right? So you don't have insurance in Ontario or in the US. Yeah, your mom spent a week in the NICU after $40,000. I believe it. You guys, Americans, like, the only thing I love about Canada is, like, if I get, like, brain cancer, I just go get surgery and I walk out without a bill. But I also have to wait for 6.5 years to get the surgery. But if you have a baby here, like my wife and I went in, I paid $80 for a private suite. That's the only thing I paid for. Okay? And we had 2 babies. Doesn't cost us a penny. Nothing costs us anything. Yet we are taxed at at a really, 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 really high rate. But here you go. The poor people in this society, and I was one, I lived it my whole life, guys. So I'm speaking from experience. When I talk about this, you guys are like, oh, is that everybody? I'm telling you, I speak from experience, okay? I speak from experience. That the poor people in this country, especially in Ontario, who have a lot of kids, they make a lot of money. They make, not a lot, I would say a lot isn't a lot, but for not doing anything, for being on welfare their whole life, they make good money. You pull up into my sister's area where she lives when I drop the boys off for visits, okay? She lives in low-income housing. There are Jaguars, BMWs, and I think I swear to God, there's a boat, and there's like brand new cars parked there. Brand new cars. They drive brand new cars. Canada is almost super socialist to the point where we're like, we'll give you all the money you want to survive, right? We get it. But here, that's why they hold on to the money. In the US, how does she have a baby? And then does she pay $10,000 cash? If you don't have that, what happens to you? My friend pays cash for having babies. She has C-sections. Holy smokes. Is this why people have babies in like bathtubs in their living room and pools in their living room? Because you don't have to pay the $40,000. I understand now. Wow. You guys need to get out of here. Come to Canada. You were in a hospital for 9 days and had 3 surgeries, and it was not $200,000. Okay, see, this is the thing. Yeah, we're taxed at a high rate in Canada, like 45%, and that's for like the lowest tax bracket. But dang, like we good. Like again, I couldn't even imagine having to go to the hospital ever and being faced with a bill like that. That would debilitate any family. Medicaid. Okay, I don't know what that is. Is that like for poor people? So Bren Johnson, I know someone in Alberta who has 5 kids, gets child tax, child support from 2 dads, lives with her mom and treats her kids horribly. CS won't even investigate if a family member reports him. And yeah, she's probably cleaning up. So if you're under a certain income, you qualify for Medicaid. Okay. So there is something in the U.S. for people. Okay, thank God. But can Medicaid get you? So basically, Medicaid is socialized medicine. So what are you guys complaining about? Just kidding. I know it sucks. Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but yeah, as soon as you have your baby, you also get 12 months off federally protected leave. Your job has to, and the government will give you 50% of your salary up to 10 months, I think, or 12 months, or 18 months now, I think it is. If you have twins, you could take 2 separate 18-month periods off and get paid. Yeah, it's 18 months now. 18 months. But I think you only get paid for 12 of them. Well, it's cold as shit up here, so be careful. I just bought a ride-on lawnmower with a 42-inch snowblower deck. That's how much snow we get here, okay? I'm talking 10 feet of snow by the end of the year. Sometimes 12, 15, 16 feet of snow. So, yeah, we have nice, our socialized medicine. But also, shit's frozen. In Tennessee, you make over $2,700 a month as a single parent with 2 kids. You don't qualify for Medicaid or any. Wow, really? That's not a lot of money. $2,700 a month. Medicaid pays for medical bills, but some doctors don't accept it. Wow. I think you just come over the border and you live here. Canada is very social. I swear to God. I'm pretty sure if you come here, that's it. If you just claim whatever, yeah, come on in. We don't care. Tax rate is off. My husband makes 6 figures and our deduction rate is 37. Oh, no, I know. It's 37%. Yeah. I'm talking about basic mom. When you go to the grocery store, when you fill up your tank of gas, all those things that cost you HST. What is HST? Magic number, 13%, right? That's what I mean. So not only do we pay tax off our paycheck, but every time we spend a penny, the government takes an extra 13% of it, is what I'm saying. I know we're talking about this stuff. It's very interesting to talk about this stuff, though. Because of how many times these kids have been failed. Oh, man, it's such a gross topic. Do we have any more articles? No, I don't. Yeah, cost of living is very high here. The house I live in right here is like $1 million, and it's 4-bedroom house. $1 million. It's not even... I mean, it's nice, but it's not like a mansion. Like this, the cost of this house here, if I moved to Texas, I could literally buy like a 10-bedroom mansion. So. Wow. I'm here in Georgia. Both my boys were tested positive for COVID and had a doctor excuse, and social services are involved. Why? This is the thing too, Leather and Lace. Your health insurance is $1,900 a month. So it's almost like you're paying 45% tax. So if you want good health insurance, you're going to be paying it anyway. So in Canada, we pay it. We just are forced to pay it. Which, I mean, I'm kind of glad we do. If there's anything I would never let go of, it's socialized medicine. If there's anything, like, and I'm not a socialist, guys, at all. I'm like a very centrist, maybe leaning conservative. But like, I honestly believe that everybody should have social medicine. I don't care how much it costs. You should all. Although I can speak, right? We have 37 million people in Canada. You have like 375 million people. So It's a little bit different. What? $27,000 a day? Were you taking straight gold bars as medicine? What's going on with that? Oh yeah, we get taxed. But again, that's one thing I would never let go of, socialized medicine. I'm sorry. It's very beneficial. Like very, very beneficial. And we get benefits from our jobs. If you have a career, you'll get benefits, which means your dental's covered, eyes covered. At my other job, I had $800 a year per person in my family for eyeglasses. Okay, dental was 90% covered. Then all of our medicines were covered up to, like, we never had to pay for a penny for any of it. It's nuts. This is a good one, Cherry. You can become a big brother, big sister. Please consider this. This case is bringing in a lot of people who are saying, what can I do to help? We talked about the adoption thing, the CPS thing. What can you do to help? Well, you can foster, right? You can absolutely foster kids who need the help. You can mentor through Big Brother and Big Sister or other organizations like that. There's a lot of mentoring programs out there. Schools, go to schools, learn, figure out how you can be a good, positive influence in some kid's life who needs your help. A lot of your land is too cold to live in. Yes. Yes, it is. It's cold as tits here. Like colder than a witch's tit. Well, again, Danielle, are you in a southern state? Try living here for 41 years. Every year, it's 7 months of winter. You begin to start hating it. That's why I want to move to Florida. I'm moving to Florida. Before I die, I'm going to be living in Florida. Yeah, I can't wait to send this guy to jail. Let's get that solved. Yes, our roads get icy AF. Is this what's going to be? Let's talk about Canada. Ask me anything about Canada, everybody. Mark and I are going to do a whole series on living in Canada. But yes, our roads are icy as F. But also in Ontario and Quebec specifically, it's illegal not to have two sets of tires. You have one set for summer and you have one set for winter. And the winter tires are like this really dense, rubbery rubber, and they stick to the ice. So I have 3 vehicles. I have 4 times 3. I have 12 tires in my house, and they're all huge. So, yes, lots of tires. Money exchange rate, right now it's about $1.30 for me to buy one of your dollars. Good night, Wendy. Yes, we are the greatest nation on earth. It's impossible to get an appointment in Canada. Yeah, unless mammogram, no. My wife gets one. She's booked every year because she's high risk. So it just depends on what risk category you're in. But yes, it's hard to get specialized things. It's just because it's cold all the time, Jody. It's just so damn cold all the time. Or you're in Niagara Falls? Yeah, get a snowblower. You need a snow. I'm selling one right now. I'm selling my old one. Oh yeah, we're doing Mark and I are doing an entire series about Canada. It's going to be awesome. You can't use studded tires in Ontario or Quebec. I think you can use them in New Brunswick, but they damage the roads. Yeah, but Florida's not... Okay, I guarantee you want to live in Florida in the winter than in Canada. You go outside and your snot freezes in your nose. Like, it freezes. That's how cold it is here. Yes, we salt our roads, which is why our cars don't last very long. They're rust buckets half the time. Telling you, Tabor, you could do it for a weekend. 6 months, you get sick of it quick. It gets dark at 4:30, and then it's cold as well. So it's fun to toboggan, though. It's fun. I do live streaming tobogganing. It's fun. Yeah, don't go. Yeah, I wouldn't go to Florida during hurricane season. Talk to a lot of Canadian patients daily. I live an hour from the border. They get discount paying cash. Yeah. I went to Tijuana for my surgery. I'll tell you about that someday. Where are you from, Amber? Are you from Canada? Where I lost your chat. You from Canada? Poutine is French fries with cheese curds from St. Albert's cheese curds and a dark gravy. It's just cheese, gravy, and fries. It's very good. It's very delicious. Yes, our heat bill is crazy in the winter. But you just put a sweater on, a couple pair of socks, you're good to go. Hey, I was born in Hamilton, Josh. That's where I was born. Hamilton, the dirty hammer. The capital of electric wheelchair scooters. I mean, just go get it. So here's what you do. Go get some french fries, go get some cheese curds, and some gravy. You're set. It's not that difficult. And we have these. Is it going to focus or what? Focus. It's not going to focus. There we go. There you go. Are kangaroos in Africa? Are you talking about Australia? Oh, you live in Welland? I dated a girl in Welland. My first girlfriend, she was from Welland. Yeah, this is it. Australia, get t-shirts for the winter. But I'm telling you guys, if you've never eaten one of these, get ready. They're so good. It's literally a chocolate bar, and it tastes like coffee. I live in Ontario. Yeah, I can do poutine with you guys. You want to make some stuff? Also, the drinking age in Canada is 19. Well, actually, it's 18 in Quebec. It's 19 everywhere else. What's my favorite place to go? Calgary, up in the mountains. Lake Louise. That's a nice place. I can't explain ketchup chips, but sort of. They're really good. You're from Saskatchewan? Sorry. I went to school in Saskatchewan. I always say that Saskatchewan is the province that God forgot. Oh, yeah, Saskatchewan. Damn it. Forgot to put trees and grass and hills. My bad. That's Saskatchewan. We do what everybody else does. We go trick-or-treating, and then I take 30% of my kids' candy. Oh, really, man? Josh, you've been here since 20K? That's awesome. No. It's not 18 most provinces. It's 19 most provinces, 18 in Quebec. Minimum wage here in Ontario is $14.75. But it has to be. Our cost of living is ridiculous. Like 4 bags of milk here is like $4.50. Yeah, you put a snowsuit under. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ruffles and... No. You don't dip... No. Don't dip them in ketchup. That's weird. That's gross. Get out of here with that. Yes. Yes, especially their accents. You don't have all dressed in the US anyway. I didn't think you did have all dressed chips. Oh, you guys don't know bags of milk? Have you guys not been here for all my... All right, I'll be right back. I'll go get you guys one. I'm going to get you guys some stuff. I'll be right back. Hey, Ronnie. Oh, I don't have any bagged milk today. We ran out of milk. So I have to go get milk tomorrow morning now. That sucks. To get up super early. Let me show you. This is our milk. It comes in bags like this. Okay, oops, like this. And then we have these little containers to hold the milk. No, it's not dry. It's not powdered milk. It's just normal milk. And it comes in these containers. See? Like that. And that's how you pour it. That's how you pour it. The real question, Jessica, is why not? $5.80 for 4. Yeah, that's expensive for milk out there. That's why it's so expensive in Nova Scotia. It should be cheaper. It can get messy, but not really. We get good at it. One bag is... So one of these bags of milk comes with... How do you say it? Does it show it has 3 of these in there? 3 of these inside one bag. So you buy this bag, comes with 3 of these. That's 3.4 liters of milk. That's 4 liters. You cut both ends so that the air escapes. People who don't cut both ends are psychopaths. Okay, you got to cut this end and a little nub off this end so that the air flows and you can pour your milk properly. I don't know why we're talking about this, but it's fun. I mean, just put it in your fridge. Plus milk, we drink at least a bag and a half a day at our house. No, you pour it in a glass. Guys, Americans. Yeah, we drink. I have tons of this in my house. My kids, I have 2 kids that are lactose, whatever. You don't know. We don't buy cartons of milk. We don't buy gallons. We buy cartons, yes. Like we can buy cartons of milk. Like, what do you, does it have a carton of milk? Like these. Like we can get these. But we don't have gallons of milk like in gallon containers like you guys do in the States. The bag doesn't fall out. Never falls out. It doesn't. It never falls out. Yes, you buy a lot of milk when it's on sale, you can freeze it. What? Okay, cut the other end. Are you serious? How warm does it get in summer here? It's hot. It gets hot as balls, like 50, 40 degrees Celsius. Peanut butter. Boom. No, you just use the same container. You just wash it. Nope, you don't close it. You just leave it in the fridge. Our public schools are just like yours, although our teachers are paid way more. Yeah. I'm coming to Florida next weekend, so I'm going to bring a whole suitcase full of peanut butter. I'm going to ship it from the U.S. because it's way too expensive to ship from here. No, milk tastes... I don't know. Our milk tastes different than American milk anyway. Our milk's better than yours. We have way higher stringent rules on our milk than you guys do. Our milk is amazing. Like, our milk is like bomb. Gas prices here is $1.48. I don't know what it means. It's like... It's like $4 a gallon. Laura, you have to be pregnant to get peanut butter from me. You won't get a hole in it. You put it in the thing, you put it in the container, and it's in there. That container protects it. No, they don't have travel size bags of milk. No, we don't have bread in a can. I've never heard of that. Yeah, it's about the same price for us. $4.60 a gallon. That's insane, right? Yeah, Mark lives about 6 hours from me, but I'm moving back there eventually. I am going to Jacksonville, but I don't know if I'm going to stop there. We'll see if I have time. I love South Africa. Before I die, I'd like to visit. Legal drinking age is 19 in Ontario, 18 in Quebec. Yes, we have lactose-free milk, for sure. Our politics are garbage, just like yours. All politics are garbage. There's no good politics. There's no such thing as good politics. All politics are garbage. Amber, did you tell me where you're from? I don't remember. Oh, craft dinner. You don't have craft dinner in the States? What? You guys don't have craft dinner? Are you shitting me right now? I'm going to have to send you guys some of that too. What? You don't have craft dinner? What? Well, then I will send you peanut butter, Lori. You'll hook you up. Oh my God, you guys haven't had craft dinner? What? Oh, you about to be schooled in craft dinner. What? I'm sad for all y'all. I might make some after this. Look at this flavor boost. Cotton candy craft dinner. It's not true. You guys don't have cotton candy? Or craft dinner? I'm so sad for you. It's only the best mac and cheese in the entire world. I don't know if I'll talk. Yeah, maybe. I might get into the trial. Tom wants me to talk about the NHL scandal going on right now with the hockey players. That seems crazy. You do have Kraft mac and cheese. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, who said you didn't? Liars. We call it Kraft dinner. Maybe that's why. So we call ours Kraft dinner. Jeez, I was scared for a minute. I didn't feel... Wow. Yeah, different flavors of Oreos. Yeah, I get the Cinnabon ones. Right to your ass, that's going. Yeah, is your dad Canadian? That's what we call it. Kraft dinner. No, I'm not going to talk to Asa. All right, so there's a couple cases that people want me to cover. I'm going to probably get into that soon. I'm going to have to get going here. I got to get to bed. I got to get up early. But, yes, we do have Smarties, but our Smarties are different than your Smarties. But you guys are amazing. We're going to keep covering these cases as we go along. And if you, again, I'm going to come to Florida next week. I'm going to figure out how to get this stuff off to people. Ooh, butter tarts, yeah. But, I mean, just going to keep on top of these cases. I love talking with you guys. I love hashing these conversations, getting these things going and talking about things. Really important to get these off our chests. Sometimes it's therapeutic, sometimes it's not. But sometimes there's places where you can, hey, where can you help? Again, there's lots of places you can help. Foster, adopt. You can be a big brother, big sister, something like that. I will be getting Creepy Makeup Baby back for sure. So, Pop. We call it Pop. I promise I'll have bagged milk next time. So, guys, thank you for joining me on the Dad Challenge podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like this, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey, make sure you go watch today's video today on Jazz Fam and Crazy Pieces. It was a funny one. I want you guys to make sure you, after this, go watch it. It's crazy. Okay? Love ya. Peace.